Today we came up with the idea of trying to get all the Bitcoin groups in New England and get them together so we could meet face to face. I mean, we're all trying to do the same thing. We're all on the same mission. So we thought it would be a great idea to get everyone together and meet. To me, it's the next step in the evolution of mass adoption and the evolution of meetups throughout the world. So we start out as individual meetups, and we're looking to spread the meetup culture. We want to sort of make these uniformed with sort of a common ethos, high-level sort of framework of how to put on meetups, and hopefully our recipe can be duplicated throughout the country. So going from Massachusetts to New England, the next step after New England is throughout the country, and then it's throughout the world. That's the vision. Right now we're here with regional meetups, but it feels really good to take the next step.
Everyone kind of has their own kind of thing that they do at the meetups. Like mine is the Bitcoin brunch in New Hampshire. We meet around 11 a.m. and we eat together and we just converse and have a good time. Other meetups might have some kind of an educational element to it, but everyone kind of just does their own thing and does whatever and plans around whatever their talent is. And I think, as I've said before, coming together as a region, we're going to be able to combine all our efforts and make something even better.
Particularly because we're sort of in my home area. Like I only drove 35 minutes to get here, and so I really feel like this is kind of a central point for a lot of the more rural meetups, like in New England, right? We have people from Albany here, people from Hartford area here. I'm from Western Mass. There are people from Worcester. These are all places within an hour of here. And so I think it's really cool to be able to be here with all these different meetups.
Whenever we have a meetup in our area, it's just like I'm on cloud 9, and this is like times 100. A lot of these people I've met, like going to their meetups, they've come to mine. I've met them at conferences, and then a whole bunch of this group I have never even met before. So it's amazing to connect with all these Bitcoiners that are local. We're all regional. We were all able to drive here. We didn't have to fly or pay for a conference ticket or anything, and it's awesome. And then also, introducing my group to the other groups, that's a whole new world for them. They haven't been to conferences. They haven't met anyone, from other groups other than like our little meetup. So it's so nice to just have that, connection with everybody. And the vibe is great. Everybody's super nice, and I'm thrilled to be here.
I am in the very fortunate position to have known a lot of these people already. So it's been a lot of getting back together with a group of friends that, maybe I haven't seen in a little while. It feels a lot like getting back together with a group of friends you just don't see every day.
I'm just really excited about the in-person connections between Bitcoiners. A lot of what we do is online through Twitter or some other means, or even conferences. But the meetup scene is, I think, really important to grow the local nature of Bitcoin. So bringing together people from New York and New Hampshire and Massachusetts and Rhode Island is just it's really cool, because I think that we can share ideas, cross-pollinate our members, right? And then, maybe plan some events for the future.
I think the only way, at least in this country, for Bitcoin to really take off is it has to be grassroots. It just has to be. It has to be people in your local area who are passionate about Bitcoin, and they're not just passionate about getting rich off of, selling their Bitcoin at some top. They're passionate about the project and about what it means for society and humanity. And you just don't get that from the internet. Some people do, but it's so much more common for people to get that when they meet and know people in real life, and they can see what it means to them in their real life and the lengths that they're willing to go to in their real life to actually make things happen and to get people educated.
We also want everyone to collaborate on what each group is working on.
At Rhode Island Bitcoin Meetup, We try to make it educational. We're small. We have about 5 or 6 people each month. And one of the things we recently did was we brought Bolt cards, which are basically like a little plastic credit card that are NFC enabled. And we taught everybody how to set up a Bolt card. So now they, our members have a Bolt card that they've loaded with Satoshis, and then if they go to a coffee shop that has like NFC enabled, they can just tap to pay, right, and it'll withdraw. So that's a newer technology or a newer way to use the Lightning Network, which is really different from the sort of share store of value, use case for Bitcoin. So like using payments. And last month we actually brought a device called a Bitcoinized POS system, which is like an Android phone with a printer, with a thermal printer on it. It has like Breeze Wallet, Blink, BTC Pay Server, and it's really neat because you can imagine like using Bitcoin as a medium of exchange, Bitcoin for payments, and it's a really good use case for that. And so we're hoping to when we have events or when we maybe try and onboard a merchant to show them that use case, because having a receipt, having a tap to pay, these are all things that people are used to. And so we're really integrating them with Bitcoin in that way.
Bitcoin's going to happen whether people like it or not, right? It's coming about. And one of our main goals with the meetup is to educate anyone. I worked a lot in change management, and I know that everyone has a different level, right? They have different people that they resonate with. They have different subjects that they agree with, different ways of communicating with them. Some people take a little bit of time, some people take a lot of time. And I think that just having a group of people, all different levels, all different knowledge, communication, vibes, whatever, then we can spread information, correct information, right, about Bitcoin in a way that's going to resonate with a larger group.
But in addition, we want to get everyone's thoughts on how we can put on the most energetic and engaging Freedom Festival for 2024. That's the main goal.
Yeah, well, like in Bitcoin, how Bitcoin works, all the nodes and miners, everyone comes to consensus, right? We all agree on the length of the chain, the right blockchain and the right state of the chain. So I think coming to consensus as a group and figuring out, getting everyone's ideas. I know we're going to have some small discussion groups later to get everyone's ideas on what they envision the Freedom Festival Year 2 to look like. So I think just coming to consensus and so we're all on the same page and we know where everyone's head is at, and we just pool everyone's ideas together and pick the best ones and build something great together. I think just reaching consensus, I think, would be a great thing to come out of this meetup.
I just want to empower and grow the vision of creating meetups throughout the country, and I think that's the most that I want to come out of this meetup, is that we can keep going forward and spread Bitcoin education and meetups throughout the country.